Hey guys, it's Fermagic here.
It's uigo.
Today we want to give you guys an overview and review of the new character X23.
So X23 is a speed class, and we think that she's going to be rank 2 in speed class overall when you build her up.
Yeah,
just
so
below Quicksilver.
we think that she's better than Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2099.
Now let's talk about how to get X23. So she can be obtained by X-Gene Selector that you bought from the X-Men Advancement Pack, a Relay Pack for X23, from the processor, and from the event battle. So she's quite farmable, I would say, in the event battle, because the drop rate isn't very bad, but the processor is just up to RNG. So you always get her at 6-star, because the event battle already secures you a 160 biometrics of her. So you have her at tier 1 and slowly work her to tier 2.
In event battle, there are chances where you can get 30 X23 bios drop, in rare instance. But we recommend you to give her Mega 6-star or just rank her up with rank up tickets, so that you can secure her or make sure that you can get her to tier 2 as quick as possible.
Yes, since she's really good. It's just rank 2 in speed class. So now, the reason why we think that she's just under Quicksilver and better than Spider-Man 2099 is because of her skills. So for her 1 and 4th skill, there's the bleed effect, which is quite high. It's 30% bleed, so it's a good bonus to her damage. And she has a 2-second stun on her 3rd skill, and 3 iframes on the 3rd, 4th, and the 5th. Now the 3rd one is a delayed iframe, so her iframe only begins when you hit once. So after the first hit, the iframe will begin. The 4th and the 5th are all through iframes, and the 5th skill, there's a very interesting. The pattern of her attack is that the range of the skills is very small. The only way that she could hit a very large area of enemy is at the last X from her 5th skill.
Yes, so when she uses her 5th skill, the majority, the 80% of the skill, it's single target or 2 or 3 target at most attacking. Only at the last few seconds when she uses the big X slash thing, she'll attack the characters around her.
So the pros of this character is that it's basically a speed version of Wolverine. So she got exactly the same kind of healing as Wolverine, the 5 seconds healing under 99% for each second. And she has 3 iframes, which are all pretty long, I would say.
So the con of the character is that even though she's having a lot of tools from healing and iframes, her damage is really lacking. You can see, even though her tutor skill and passive skill give her some buffing attack, her attack is still not enough to kill certain characters. For example, I don't think X23 can kill a Wolverine 1v1.
Yeah, that's impossible, I would say. The healing of Wolverine will out-heal her damage, even though you have a damage proc.
Yes, that's why she isn't as good as Wolverine as people think. And also another reason is because Wolverine have a uniform, but X23 still doesn't have one.
Yeah, because she's a new character, and she will not have a uniform for a very long time.
And also another con is the availability of her bios, because it's hard to farm her.
Even though the event battle is really easy and you can do it every day, it's still harder than the normal tracking mission for the X-Men's.
Yeah, so, and the event battle will end eventually. So then after it ends, it's kind of hard to farm her.
Yeah, the only way you can get her is through the processor at that point. But at tier 1, she's already a really good character, so don't worry too much about that, I think.
But we think that given her iframes and the damage and healing, she's already better than Spider-Man. And 2099 and 2099.
2099's strength is based on his passive iframe. But then if you have a very, very long active iframe, you don't really need that passive iframe, I think.
Yeah, because Spider-Man 2099, the advantage of these two characters is that they can web others. but they lack reliable healing.
Yeah.
So that we think that healing, a consistent healing that X23 has, is just really good and puts her above these two characters.
And I think that the damage of 2099 in Spider-Man is not as high as X23.
Yes.
From my testing.
And Quicksilver is better than X23 for obvious reasons. You know,
he's a native T2 and
he can pierce.
Yeah, basically, he has every 2 that he needs.
So now we move to the PvE performance of X23.
Now, I tested her into World Boss stage, the Black Dwarf stage, which took me 2 minutes to clear it, and then I took it to Thanos, so around a minute we should finish it, no problem. And in ABX, she'll probably do around 200k for you with a damage proc, because her damage isn't very great, even though it's higher than the other speed characters. And she can clear late level of Shadowland really easily. I tested her at floor 21 and she could clear it under 20 seconds. So she's alright with PvE.
Yeah, I think that Extreme Alliance Battle, it's like a staple in a test for a character's DPS. If a character can only score around 200k, it just proves that the character is lacking the damage.
Yeah, and it's because of, I think it's because of the skill at the 5th skill not being able to clear all the mobs.
So we do not recommend you to build X23 for Extreme Alliance Battle because the top players using CDP of Energy can barely score 300k.
Yeah, and Quicksilver is very easy to get as a native T2, I think, so you can build Quicksilver easier than build X23, so you should stick with Quicksilver for ABX, and basically X23 will be for Shadowland and other daily tasks.
Yeah, so moving to PvP, I think that X23 performs alright, bearable in Timeline Battle. She cannot beat meta characters 1v1.
Yeah, she's having a tough time getting any damage done to them. And basically, Jean just one-shot her every time.
You know, in the footage, you can see she loses to Dormammu as well.
Yeah. So, she isn't really fit for one-to-one combat. So, we think that she'll be a very good character in Conquest in 3 versus 3 situation, as she can just iframe and then hit a bunch of stuff at the middle and have a tank that helps her to soak up the damage.
Yeah, basically, I think the value of iframe increases when it's in a 3v3 scenario. Yeah, because when there are more characters to target, the iframe is just even more difficult to target.
Yes. Now, so on to like recommended build of X23, we think that she definitely immune to God Bricks, as she doesn't have super armor like Wolverine does. So that's a must for her gear. And a damage proc will be good for her because she doesn't have a lot of damage, and you need to like pump it out more, so you need the damage proc on her to actually do anything. And the secondary is that you can go with mass HP or recovery to synergize with her passive skills, the Wolverine healing. And the ISO set, I'll recommend Overdrive, as she has very high native attack speed, so Power Vanguard wouldn't be very good for her, and if you are lacking skill cooldown, go with Hawk's-Eye. But Overdrive, I think, would be the best for X23.
Yeah, so even though she's a PvP character, we recommend offensive build in Urus or Obelisk and ISO because of her skill set and the tools she have. With the iframes and the healing, she does not need any more defensive tools. But without the damage proc on Obelisk, without ISO, she will have a really hard time beating certain characters. Simply, she just cannot kill them.
Yes, and if you put an invincible gear on her, she can't kill anyone, but she'll get one shot by the metas anyways, and it's not very good to do that, I think. So it's better to get the damage proc on her and let her deal with the others.
Yeah, so in Timeline Battle, we do not recommend you to use her because, like we said, 1v1 is not her strength. But in Conquest, she will be really difficult to dealt with.
Yeah, with the healing is harder to. If you have like a T2 regular T2 kind of like Elsa, I don't think Elsa can beat her in the conquest. And so basically, X23 is ranked second in the speed class. She's really good as a T1 character and T2 character, both ways, but she's not meta.
Yeah, so we still recommend you to build X23 if you have the resources, because she's a decent character, a decent speed character at least.
It should be a really good addition to your speed class, since speed isn't really the best class in the game. So, yeah.
But if you are a player without enough materials and you're not very PvP oriented, I think you can skip her. You know, if that's what you want to do.
But she looks very attractive,
Yeah.
so yeah, everyone will probably want to get her anyways. So she's not meta breaking, but she's really decent in everything, in her kit and in her skills.
Yeah, so you know that's I think we could wrap it up right here. So see you guys next time.
Bye.